Kia ora koutou. As you know, my name's Alex and I'm one of the team members at Choice. Now we've been working with the Lion Ventures crew, Debbie and Mon and yourselves for the past month and a bit more. Now we've had an awesome time exploring our problem discovery sessions at both an off-prem level and an on-prem level, and I'd love to share with you today what some of those core problems were that we've found across the board. Right now we're living in a space of undeniable change, and we're moving into this age of customer experience at the heart. We're completely living in a different era, and there's significant shifts in the way that consumers are shopping and how they're interacting with stores. We're seeing basket size are down, visits in terms of the number of consumers and how frequently they traffic stores is increasing. There's digital pressure from mobile, online devices, and there's currently duck ponds of data out there that aren't really informing the best decisions. So this age of customer experience is going to be digital and will be led with solving some of these biggest problems that we face both in an on-prem and off-prem environment. So what did we experience over the last month in this problem discovery journey? Well, we've had some epic sessions with a huge buy-in from across the board with great diversity. I'd like to share a little example of Dan. He's the Commercial Initiatives Manager at Lion. He's responsible for over 2,000 contract bars and restaurants. He understands that there's a trend and a shift away from the taverns and a shift into experience venues and spiritual homes and giving the consumer experiences they can't have at home. All of these venues, they have fees. They budget about 1.8% per transaction, and one of the only reasons that they're a part of the Hospitality Association is that they can have that golden lower rate that they can offer. Dan also has poor data on the customer journey and would love to know more about how consumers are moving to and from places and stores and how they can give better data back to their partners. If we shift into the off-prem world, we spent some time with Mike Curry and Bruce Fowley. Now these two and the rest of that session was super engaging, really energetic, and Bruce came out racing with some good nuggets off the bat. Now there were some similar problems, but also different challenges too. Big ones for Bruce were his staff education and around 5,000 product lines. It's really difficult for them. This then ties into upselling the customers and educating them on products as well, which ties back to the basket size pressure that we were talking about earlier. Again, giving these consumers personalized experiences is really important. He experiences high fees, and also these guys have got poor data. There is the loyalty program which supports some information, yet still the way that that's fed back into the decision making process isn't really of significant value to them to add personalized customer experiences. They also understand that Liquor King Stores has a national brand and that their local stores act in local communities, and across the board the performance of those stores is better the greater the connection they have with the community, whether that's in Tairua or Kaitaia up north. So to wrap up I guess some of those personal experiences that we shared, there's some 5 main core learnings that came from off-prem and on-prem problem discovery sessions. These are, number 1 is loyalty. So loyalty exists, yet it doesn't necessarily have the right data flows behind it. Number 2 is fees. So fees are relatively high across the board, and there's not really anything that anyone can foreseeably do about this. Most store owners don't see it going away, with obviously the pressure of consumers demanding things like tap and go and pay wave. Customer experience, speed, service, marketing, knowing your customer. That customer experience is really core at both an on-prem and off-prem level. Staff engagement was also a significant piece for these vendors and merchants, in that whether that's through education, supporting them with the right tools, and giving them a pathway forward. Community is our fifth core learning there, in that these stores understand that they have a role to play in the community, and that in doing good in their community supports their business as well. Some core blind spots that we noticed through this. One big one that stuck out for us, there seems to be an appetite within the Lion Group to be shifting towards an online environment, whether that's online Liquor King sales or online direct-to-consumer channels. Now with this, we see a little bit of a blind spot that's also hindered some other large corporates scaling some of these products, and that's through the fees. So when consumers start doing when businesses start doing direct-to-consumer and more online transactions, that's often associated with gateway card systems which link in to higher fee structures. So we estimate there that there's a possible increase of up to 50% on current fees in some of those business units. So definitely one to consider. One of the little gems that came up in one of our last sessions with Mike Curry was that these top 5 problems, they aren't really new problems. And that as an organisation, as we'd all love to, is we often get caught looking for silver bullets. So Ami and Mike, I think the Ventures team and ourselves definitely took that into heart, and that it's not about offering the holy grail, but taking it along that journey to get to where we need to be. So to wrap that up, those 5 core learnings: loyalty, fees, customer experience, staff engagement, and community. And so now, last week we ran a solution session on these 5 core learnings, and we'll be feeding back to you guys what some of those solutions were to those core learnings and how we will move forward with this in the Ventures team. So thanks for being part of the journey to date, and look forward to continuing with you. See you soon.